We're on. Hey, all right. No, it's been a while. Taking a look, we've now seen XLS20 be implemented in XRP. Today we're going to cover the XRP chart recently. We're also looking at going to look over at LiveLeak and see how much BTC is flowing around, as well as maybe I might gloat a little bit, but I'm not going to be an ass about it. Regardless, so here we are. We are looking at the Litecoin chart right now. And seeing this Litecoin chart, remember a while back I put down a GAN fan. Now, W.D. Gann is a famous theorist on trend analysis. Allegedly, he said he made a shit ton of money, but regardless, what he did do is he developed some tools and some theories that have proven to be effective in the past. So that's what we're going to focus on here today. The whole point about Gann is he noticed cycles in marketplaces, and he noticed how not only people went through cycles, but markets went through cycles. And when the markets went through cycles, there were certain levels and thresholds of support and resistance that would occur. Namely, he developed this thing called the Gann fan, all based off of a 45-degree angle, which he, in his writing and in his research, felt that was a very important jumping off point. So, and if my research and reading on it is correct, the whole point is that you find a place in a chart in which has a 45 or greater degree breakout. For instance, the Litecoin versus Bitcoin trading pair off of Bittrex. Where that's what we're looking at here. It came and it rocketed off this bottom resistance level for this Fibonacci, and it came up and it got tangled up into its into its moving averages, all these little blue lines here. Now, this is the 45-degree angle. This is the 45-degree angle line off of the one-to-one line for the Gann fan. Now notice, once we broke through these resistance levels, we started to see other resistance levels in this Gann fan get respected. For instance, this retrace here, retest back up, is in this blue area. And then, of course, we had another little bit of a squeeze, and then a break, and then another retest back there. We had another squeeze, breakthrough, and we caught this line here, broke past it to retest that prior resistance line, and have since been moving along in a consolidation pattern. But never fear, this consolidation pattern has a lot to show us. Namely, now that's the other thing about here. You notice this right here. This shifted. I don't want to shift it. So whenever I'm doing any of my looking at, I always want to keep that in the right scope, because it's going to become very important here. Now notice all these little tiny blue lines are all the moving averages becoming entangled. And I think that's important, because that's showing that the market is getting too comfortable and it needs to break out. Because remember, these are all volatile assets, and these are all assets that still haven't found their rightful place in the utility section of any financial market. So, for instance, Litecoin, yes, it is accepted. Yes, it is a little bit faster than Bitcoin. It's also still mined, and it's also still related to Bitcoin along its proof of stake. So, take that into consideration. Regardless, this is the important thing I wanted to point out. This bottom line in the Gann fan is either a support or a floor or a ceiling. Right now, we're just looking at it being a floor because of this right here. These little devices right here consolidated down, got caught up in all of its moving averages, finally came in here and rocketed off. Exhaustion. Seller exhaustion. This also coincides with another trend line that I was looking at. And if you look at that one right there, I'm looking now, this GAN fan appears to be almost played out, unless it breaks and it goes way up. I would imagine it's going to stay in here, but we may see this GAN fan be respected, this bottom line here, and moving forward. It's all going to depend on this last quarter. The basis points, I believe, are raised 75 points by the Fed. I think that so far has been good for everybody. Yeah, Dow Jones is up. DXY is steady at around that. Okay. Let's take a look at the DXY, see how far off my chart is there. Not too bad. I think we're still futzing around with that fractal. We're still entangled in this old fractal from 2017, I think. And I would imagine that we're going to have some sort of corresponding allocation phase here. Who knows? DXY is something I'm still studying. I'm still reading on it. I'm still thinking about it. BTC dominance is still at 40. We are still fighting it. We'd had a huge drop in BTC dominance these past, looks like the last third of October. We had a huge drop in BTC dominance, and had a recent resurgence. We've already talked on. Now we are on the day chart. Now sometimes I'll jump into the 4-hour chart. At the absolute maximum, I will jump in at the 1-hour chart. Anything less is just too small to really focus on or have any sort of like long-term plan. And that's personally for myself, because this is my own education. I'm teaching myself this. Also, this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. I'm barely my financial advisor. And this is also not legal advice in any whatsoever. I believe this yellow pennant has been violated. I think we're out of it. I could begin to draw that and draw this one here, going through as many wicks as possible coming from that bottom breakout. Could see something. I'd like to see these. I think we're in more for a consolidation because we don't have enough of the moving averages entangled. We have some down here which led to that little breakout, but we need to tangle these up just a wee bit more, and then I think we're having another breakout in XRP. So with that said, I believe that's all I wanted to talk about today. BTC. No, actually, let's take one look at ETH. Where is ETH sitting at? Yeah. I don't know about ETH. I don't think ETH is very long term, especially for people like you or I. I think ETH is going to be for like Fidelity and all those guys, because they need something to charge a fee to their client. But I don't think it's worthwhile. I think we have a lot of other altcoins that are going to flip ETH. Well, it's not FUD. This is my own personal opinion. It's my channel. I can put it on there. You disagree? Say something. I'm going to ignore it then too. Okay. Alright, so with that said, let's jump back over to my favorite Litecoin channel. Looky there, it's so pretty. I wanted to see something here. This old BTC note that I left up here. Let me see. This is an old theory I had laid up on one of my charts. I wish I put a date on it, but I'm not that smart yet. I think we're following the 2004 bear market. My theory is over the next few months, prices will remain depressed and generally low with the moving averages, similar to 2014, until then turning them over, and that's that entanglement I was telling you about. I'm starting to call it a spiral market. I don't know what I'm going to call it in the long run. Whatever it is, it's that moving average entanglement, and then you pop. Probably really pedestrian, nobody cares, whatever it is. Regardless, that's all she said, folks. Thank you for calling, for checking in with me. I appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe if you don't mind. And keep it rolling.